Alright, let's do this. Yes, you did read that title correctly. And even though you did, that is not the reason we're here today. We're here to review Stellar Blade, the new game by Shift Up that is taking the world by storm for good reasons and bad. Because once again, in the big year of 2024, we have a woman protagonist that is badass and also sexy. Ooh. And that drives the world mad. Whether if it's the sexualization of the characters, or they're not sexy enough, or they're censoring the sexiness, whichever side you're on, there's going to be controversy. It doesn't really matter. Now, my take on this whole thing, listen, I've done this before. I've run this race. Bayonetta, 2B, Lara Croft. How about we all just play video games? And how about I just review the damn game? Let's get into it. So the story of Stellar Blade is kind of like the story of Nier Automata, where you are some Alita battle angel coded super soldier sent to Earth to wipe out the scourge of some ungodly beasts. And in your mission, you meet people, friends, maybe even a family. You discover some harsh, disgusting truth about your enemy, and that your enemy may not actually be your enemy, but you may be the enemy of your enemy, and the enemy may be the enemy of your masters. And Nier Automata, if we're just being frank. But the story is good. You know, it's enough there to keep you engaged, keep you wondering. You're probably going to figure it out as soon as they kind of sort of hint at something, hint at a little twist in the beginning of the game. I guessed it. I mean, if you have watched any anime or any sort of media at all that kind of deals with futurism, you'll probably get it. It's not that hard for you to understand it. Not that hard for you to guess the twist, and that's not taken away from the game. I mean, the twist is still good, and even though some of the religious subtext is a little heavy-handed, I still enjoyed it. There were even some parts later on in the game, and I was like, huh, haven't seen that in the game before, so this is nice. This isn't new overall, but this is nice for video games. So I highly recommend engaging with the story. So if you guys can center that camera and take it from being up under her skirt, I think you guys will enjoy the story very much. Definitely pay attention to the cutscenes. Now, the story it's not perfect, you know, like it's not the reason we're here, but it's still very good and engaging, and there's enough there to keep you going. Now, the side quests and the side subplots, I really did enjoy those. There's a bunch of side quests in the game. A fucking lot of side quests in this game. You will go, there's a bulletin board where everyone in this town that you're rescuing, they have these requests. You'll start off with like 5, you'll finish them all, and then you get 5 more, and then you finish them all, and then you get 6 more, and then 10 more, and then there's a lot of goddamn side quests. There's a lot. That's not a bad thing. You get money, you get resources, you get clothes, you get cans of pop. You get a lot of things for doing these quests. There's a lot of reasons to do these. But there are specific ones that are just go here, get this, go here, kill that. And there are some character related ones that actually have a plot. I'm going to go over a light synopsis of one of the ones I enjoyed, where you meet a robot man and his no-legged robot woman friend, lover, whatever. I don't really remember. But you meet them, they're cool, and all of a sudden you get a call from the no-legged robot woman who's stuck standing on a stool inside of a bar singing, but that's neither here nor there. She calls you in, she's like, hey, my boyfriend, I can't find him. I think he's lost in the desert. Okay, well, you go look for the boyfriend, and then you find him, and you're like, what were you doing out here? There's the Naytibas, which is the enemies of the game. Sorry, I didn't say that until 20 minutes into the video. But you're like, oh, there's Naytibas over here. What are you doing? Why are you here? Turns out he was running into the desert, braving the elements and braving the Naytibas to get his legless girlfriend a pair of working legs. Oh, my heart. Be still, my heart. It was so nice to see him. Like, oh, that's beautiful. You want her to have some legs. And then you take the legs back to the girl, and she's like, she slaps the shit out of him. She's like, what the fuck? I don't care about legs. I just want to be with you. She puts those legs on anyway, but you know, she's like, don't do anything risky. But there's a lot of heartfelt side quests like that, because this is a, you know, post-apocalyptic world. Everyone's all messed up and sad. So you being the literal angel, yes, they call you Angel inside this town of Zion. You being the angel that brings light to this city, it's nice and endearing and heartwarming, especially with the current climate of this world, where I wish some busty, curvesome angel would come down and fix all my issues for free, but that's neither here nor there. The combat in this game could best be described as a Souls-like, Sekiro-like experience. Most enemy encounters involve you pairing their attacks to build up beta energy, so you can unleash one of your beta energy techniques, which are your radial, hold R1, triangle, square, circle, X techniques that allow you to do a various amount of things. They have a nice system here with the combat. It's not my super cup of tea, but if you like Sekiro, I think you'll like this game. If you like to parry things and get that satisfying cling, clang, cling noise, I think there's something here for you. If you just like Souls games, something is here for you. You are Bayonetta, Nier Automata, Devil May Cry, any of those super combo heavy games, you might want to skip this one. Ain't nothing here for you. And if you really want to know, you're like, well, you don't know what you're talking about, or you're still on the fence, like, oh, maybe I'll give it a try anyway. There are no air combos. Even though Eve has a jump, double jump, a light combo aerial string of like 5 or 6 hits, and a triangle diving combo, there is nothing here in the air. There are enemies that are floating in the air, but you're literally better off fighting them on the ground, because there's no air movement, there's no air inertia. When you jump and then you do a combo string, you're just stuck in one place while the fucking squid enemy is flying all around you and hitting you from the back. And you cannot jump out of your combos. There are no jump cancelable combo strings or combo routes. So it's a ground-based game with the option to go into the air because it's a 3D game. But anyway, in terms of the main combat loop, I think it was very fun and satisfying. A lot of the enemies had a lot of different techniques that you have to dodge, you have to parry, and figure out whether it's better to parry and dodge. And then you have counterattacks off perfect parries and perfect dodges. So you have to find the perfect one for the perfect enemy when they do their certain attack. It is really dope. Then there's also purple dodges and blue dodges. So with a blue dodge, it allows you to fucking nothing personal kid and jump around and slide behind the enemy and get some counterattacks in. The purple dodge allows you to like open up an enemy's weak spot so you can shoot them with her gun. Yes, she has a gun. The gun comes with like 5 different ammo options. So there's like pistol ammo, shotgun ammo, grenade launcher, seeker mines, and then a fucking big ass blue laser that you could just laser people to death with. So on top of her beta skills, she also has her burst skills, which are another radial, square, triangle, circle, X of 4 abilities that allow her to do even heavier hitting attacks that also has their own meter that can only be accumulated through parrying and perfect dodging. The beauty of these techniques is that they give you iframes. Well, not really iframes. She still gets hit from an enemy when she's charging up these attacks, but she just takes no damage, even though she screams and bleeds, but it's a video game. So these attacks, these burst skills are really, really, really good when you're getting fucked up and you're like, okay, I need you to just get the fuck off of me for a second. And you can just throw those out whenever. Those are really nice. But when you're really, really, really mad and you're really, really, really getting fucked up, she also has a double trigger. Yes, 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 a double trigger. Hit L3 and R3 at the same time. She goes into her big bad devil form with one wing angel and a long ass katana equipped. And then you can just go to town on the enemy without taking damage for a limited amount of time. And this recharges really, really, really fast. I mean, you can get like upgrades to her system that allows her to recharge it faster, but even at its base, with no extra upgrades added on, it still comes back very quick. So you can kind of spam that shit whenever you want. And with this game's combat, Eve has a lot going on for her. Parrying, dodging, guns, 2 sets of abilities, a double trigger form, but yet the combat is still lackluster. The lack of jump canceling, the lack of a launcher and air combos, the focus mostly on parrying and dodging is just underwhelming. We've seen this before. We've been here before. We've all done this before. So as a combat action game enthusiast, I can say that this combat didn't move me. It's actually my least favorite part of the game, but it's still fun. It can still be fun. If you're not a combo junkie like me, if you're not an action fiend like I am, there's a lot of fun to be had. There's a lot of challenge to be had. It was very rewarding to dodge and fight some of these enemies and bosses, but overall, it's just there. I wouldn't play this game again. I have no drive in me to go back and parry these enemies anymore. Even if the enemies were fun, even if the bosses are fun, it's just not for me. But it could be for you. That's why I want to make this review anyway and talk about everything that's there. But like I said, if you are an action game junkie, just don't do it. Do not be tricked by the pretty lights and the pretty colors and the yacht. There's nothing here for you. This game would have been way better suited as a Devil May Cry action style game. I mean, they literally have a Dante versus Virgil fight at the end of the game. She literally has a double trigger. There's so many things here that make her akin to Dante, that's kind of similar to Dante, but yet she's fighting like weak ass Sekiro. I don't understand it. I do not get it, but it's fine. I can let it go. In conclusion, I think Stellar Blade is a stellar game that has a lot going on for it, whether it's controversial or whether it's positive, negative. There's a lot of things to be had with this game. There's a lot of things to talk about. There's a lot of things to discover. There are multiple endings that are not hard to get, but if you if you do one of those endings, you're locked into it. You can't go back and like reset your save and go get another one unless you like do the cloud storage backup where you make your save before you make the decision, then reload your cloud save. You have to do it that way. But once you pick that ending, you're locked into it and you're fucked. I did not like the combat. It was not for me, but I will not say it's bad. It is not bad combat. It's just not, to my personal opinion. And I guess this is my personal review, I have to deduct some points off from that. The side questing, voice acting, the exploration was fairly good. You meet some crazy characters out there that are pretty funny, but there are a lot of little things that I didn't like, and I'm going to list them off in a speed round. I didn't like how I couldn't skip cutscenes because Shift Up spent $100 billion on face models. I didn't like how there's a 5-second delay on skipping NPC dialogue, so every time you go to a store you have to match X 60 times to get through 2 lines of speech. I didn't like how loose and wonky Eve was in platforming sections, which led to me falling off of random shit. I didn't like how there were no black people in this game, but we got time for beautiful porcelain doll NPC women. I didn't like how characters' faces in cutscenes were completely stiff, like they overdosed on Botox. I didn't like how they put in a double jump, but the second jump doesn't make me jump again, but just flip in the same spot, getting no extra height. I didn't like how the upgrade said they would make parrying and dodging easier for Eve, and they fucking didn't! I didn't like how the character Lily sounds too much like Tracer, so when she speaks, it makes me think of fucking Overwatch!
Lucky for us, Adam's bike is outfitted with a tracking device.
Lastly, I didn't like how Eve didn't get any other weapons to her arsenal when she had at least 2 other fucking opportunities. These are my own personal grievances, my own personal gripes with the game. Don't let this sway your opinion. Yes, all of these are going to dock points from the review, but that's okay. This is my review. You know, I'm just here to, give you guys a recommendation. I'm not telling you whether to buy the game or not. I'm just letting you know what I did and didn't like about it. So let's get to that rating score. I give Stellar Blade a nice big juicy old 6 gyats out of 10, because after I slept on it and I went back and played it some more, I said, God damn, I wish you was a Devil May Cry clone I thought you was back when you was a little baby named Project Eve. I do recommend this game. I'd say you should go buy it. I just want to fuck with it like that. But that was my review. If you did enjoy this video, if you think I'm a fucking stupid piece of shit, if you think I'm a grifter or whatever, hit the like, comment, and subscribe button and come back for more reviews. Peace!